Welcome to Dharma Level 2. Coming to stand now comfortably at the tops of your mats, hands in prayer, connecting to your breath, setting your intention for this practice. And then whenever you're ready, we'll be moving straight into the Shiva Namaskara vinyasa series. Lifting the arms up and over your head, inhale. Exhaling to fold, Uttanasana. Allowing the head to dangle naturally towards the floor. Releasing any tension in the back of the neck. Maybe even swaying gently from side to side. Allowing the upper body to grow heavy, lengthening the spine. Then stepping your right foot back or right knee down, pointing your back foot. Preparing now to move into Kapyasana, crescent moon pose, inhaling the arms up and over your head. Wiggling the shoulders, the arms next to the ears. And then preparing to transition into Sukha Trikonasana, easy triangle pose. Right leg swinging over to the left side, resting your front arm on your front leg, or resting your left hand down towards the floor. Right arm up towards the sky, opening up the heart and chest here to the side. You can also bring your top arm into a half bind, reaching for your left thigh here with the right hand, or keeping it straight up towards the sky. Lowering your hands down, stepping back to high plank, inhale. Lowering knees, chest, chin, Ashtanga Namaskara, sliding forward for Bhujangasana Cobra, through Child's Pose into Downward Facing Dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Trying to bounce your head closer towards the floor, stretching out the top half of your body, lengthening the spine. And stepping your right foot forward, left knee down. Kapyasana again on this side. Reaching your arms up, inhale, leaning back. Exhaling to lower that left hip, that left thigh closer to the floor. Bringing Kali Mudra back into the fingers. Looking up. Then opening up to Sukha Trikonasana on the other side. Left foot swinging over to the right side. Left arm up and over your head. Resting your right arm on your front leg. Trying to do the same variation you did as the first side. Half bind is available here if you have it. Maybe even reaching your right hand down towards the floor, inside of your front foot. Left arm up towards the sky. Lowering your hands down, stepping back to high plank, inhale. Exhaling knees, chest, chin for Ashtanga Namaskara. Sliding forward, Cobra, inhale. Exhaling for Downward Facing Dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take 3 nice, long, deep breaths here. Pressing all 4 corners of the hands and feet into the mat, into the earth. Preparing to move into the warrior poses. Stepping your left foot forward. Right leg stays back, arms up, inhale. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Both hips facing forward, arms reaching up towards the sky. With every exhale, your front leg, your thighs, your hips sinking closer to the floor. And then opening up into warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Both hands stretching in 2 opposite directions, facing the right side of your mat. Standing into Uttita Parshva Konasana, extended side angle pose. Reaching your left hand down towards the floor, right arm up and over your head. Whole right side of the body stretches here. Feel free to go into a half bind with your top arm, or maybe even a full bind if that's accessible to you today. Holding for a few breaths. And slowly releasing the hands back down towards the floor, lowering your right knee down. Left hand to your left hip, inhaling the right arm up and hooking it over the left elbow. Pressing your hands together in prayer, elbows stacked on top of each other. Or lowering your right hand down, left arm up. or going for a bind if you have the bind here. You can also fire up the pose by lifting your back knee off the floor, right leg strong and straight. Then preparing to come out of the pose, lowering the hands down, lowering the back knee down, pointing the back foot, and coming into lizard pose here. You can stay on your hands or lower down onto your forearms. Notice how your forearms are around the same size as your front foot, trying to align your forearms with your front foot, making a conscious effort to hug your front knee close to the side of your body. You may also bring your elbows out to the side. And imagine like one day, maybe today, your forehead will be able to rest on the floor. You can also deepen the pose by stretching your arms completely out towards the side. Whenever you're ready, preparing to come out of the pose, stepping back into high plank, inhale. Exhaling chaturanga. Inhaling for upward facing, thighs off the floor. Exhale, downward facing, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Find your breath here. Come back to your intention. Preparing to do that same sequence on the other side. And so whenever you're ready, inhaling, lifting the right foot, right leg up towards the sky. Exhaling to step it forward. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1, both hips facing forward. Inhaling your arms up and over your head. Front half of the body stretches. Exhaling to find your depth. Opening now to Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2, facing the left side. Inhaling the arms apart. Drishti, focus on the middle finger of your front hand. Shoulders over hips, front knee pointing forward. Then extending your right arm forwards and down. Left arm up towards the sky or up and over your head. Uttita Parshvakonasana, extended side angle pose. Stretching out the left side of the body. Trying to do the same variation you did as the first side. Going for a half or full bind if you have it. Softening that top shoulder. Looking up towards the side or towards the sky here. Whenever you're ready, slowly release the hands down. Lowering the left knee down. Right hand, right hip. Inhaling the left arm up. Exhaling, going for the twist. Turning your body towards the right side. With every exhale, twisting the belly deeper into the thigh. Trying to go into the same variation as the first side. Perhaps lowering your left arm down, right arm up. We're going for a bind here. If you did so on the first side, feel free to fire up this pose, lifting your back knee off the floor. Strong back leg, continuing to twist deeply into the thigh. Lowering the hands down. Adjusting your front foot so your hands are directly underneath the shoulders, preparing for lizard pose on this side. Lowering the left knee down, pointing the back foot. Hugging your front knee close to the side of the body. Then lowering down onto your forearms if you can. Maybe forehead reaching towards the thumbs. Trying to do the same variation you did as the first side. If you did so on the first side, perhaps bringing your elbows out towards the sides. And perhaps stretching both arms out towards the sides, pressing the forehead back down on the floor. Imagining like one day, armpits may be able to rest completely flat on the floor, on top of your front foot. Preparing now to come out of the pose, stepping back into a high plank, inhale. Lowering for Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take your 3 nice long deep breaths here. Inhaling the left foot, left leg up into the air. Stepping it forward again here for Kapyasana. Second set on this side, stretching out your right leg. Inhaling the arms up and over your head. If you'd like to practice mermaid pose from here, turning your body towards the right side, holding on to your back foot with the right hand, squeezing the thigh, trying to get that back foot as close to your right hip as possible on this side. Maybe you're able to lift the left arm up towards the sky, hooking your back foot into your right elbow, maybe even binding your hands here behind your head, holding for a few breaths. And slowly release, stepping back into high plank, exhaling to lower, inhaling to rise, exhaling back into downward facing dog. Preparing now to do that same sequence on the other side. This time lifting the right foot, right leg, inhale. Exhaling to step forward into Kapyasana, crescent moon on this side. Arms up to inhale, leaning back. Exhaling as you lower the hips, the thigh, closer to the floor. Perhaps playing around with a few arm variations. Interlacing the fingers behind the head, elbows out to the side, really opening up the heart space here. Then preparing to practice mermaid on this side, turning your body towards the left, holding onto your back foot with the left hand, squeezing the thigh. Maybe raising your right arm up towards the sky. Maybe hooking your arms, your hands behind your head, leaning back. Breathe here. And then slowly release, planting both hands down towards the floor. Moving through a vinyasa, everyone meeting in downward facing dog. Whenever you're ready, looking forward, lifting the heels, bending the knees. Step, walk, or jump to the top of your mat, fold over. Again, taking a moment here to allow the upper body to hang heavy, using gravity to help lengthen the spine. Bending the knees as much as you need to rest the chest and the thighs. Perhaps wrapping your arms around the legs, pulling your forehead close to your shins. Maybe even crossing your wrists, grabbing opposite shins with your hands. Whenever you're ready, slowly release. Heel toe your feet together. Slowly rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Inhaling the arms up and over your head. Lean back. Exhaling, hands to prayer in front of your heart. Come back to your breath. Come back to your intention. And preparing now to move into the standing balancing postures. And so we'll be practicing tree pose first, Vrikshasana, standing on the left leg to begin with. So begin to shift now all the weight into your left foot, left leg, and pressing your right foot into the inside of your left thigh, hands pressing into the middle, everything hugging into the midline. Inhaling the arms up and over your head. If you wish to test your balance here, challenge yourself a little bit, you can try closing your eyes for 1 second. Oops. 2 seconds. And then 3 seconds. Slowly preparing to come out of the pose, same way we came in, releasing the arms, releasing the legs. Shake it out. Same thing on the other side, balancing now on the right foot, the right leg, pressing that left foot into the inside of your right thigh. Find your drishti, your focus. Pressing the hands into the middle, and then rising up towards the sky. Inhale. Spreading your arms out wide to the sides. Testing your balance again. Closing your eyes for 1 second. 2 seconds. 3 seconds. And then slowly release. Same way we came in, no rush. Shaking out the arms, shaking out the legs. You can also practice a variation of this pose by bringing your first leg, your right leg, into a half lotus position. That's where your right knee is bent down towards the floor and your right foot close to your left hip. Arms are raised up towards the sky. Really trying to hold yourself steady here by pressing your right foot into the left leg. You can also practice bringing your arm into a bind here. And on this side, you're bringing your right arm behind your back, holding on to your right big toe. Or you may also hold on to your right foot with the left hand here. Whenever you're ready, slowly release, shaking it out. Preparing to do that same thing on the other side. So this time, bringing your left foot close to the right hip, left knee pointing down towards the floor. Hands to prayer in front of the heart. Then inhaling to stretch them up towards the sky. Hold steady here. Trying to do the same variations you did as the first side. You can bring your left arm behind your back, holding on to your left big toe with the left hand. Your other hand can be in a half prayer pose in front of your heart. You can also hold on to your left foot with the right hand. And bringing the other hand into a half prayer pose again, or into a mudra in front of your heart. Holding here for a few breaths. And whenever you're ready, slowly release, shaking out the arms, shaking out the legs. Preparing now for Utkatasana, chair pose. So imagine like you're sitting down on a chair or a throne, bending the knees, sitting low, arms reaching up, strong arms, strong legs, sucking in the belly here. And look down. If you can't see all 10 toes beneath you, try and pull your knees back a little bit, shift more weight onto your heels. And then folding over into Uttanasana. Walking halfway down the mat now, finding yourself in Malasana to begin with, yogi squat. Really sinking your hips low here. Preparing to practice our arm balance for today, crow pose. As your head goes forward, your feet point back, your knees squeeze in. Slap your hands down, wake them up. Begin to shift weight onto your hands. Head goes forward, feet super point back, knees squeeze it in. Squeeze it in to the outside of your arms. Slow exhales here. and release. Find yourself in child's pose, balasana. Come back to your breath. And whenever you're ready, preparing to come out of the pose, lifting the upper body off the floor, bending the elbows, coming to lie down on your belly and inhaling up for Bhujangasana Cobra pose. Exhaling back into child's pose briefly, using this as a transition to go into Sukha Gomukhasana, easy cow face pose. And so for this pose, you'll be sitting down on top of your heels. So I'll turn around here so you can see me better. First, you'll lift your left arm up towards the sky. You can hold onto your left elbow with your right hand, leaning your head back into the arm. Trying to sit up nice and tall and straight with the spine. If you're able to, if you'd like to practice, you can bring your hands behind your back, interlacing the fingers, going for a bind here. Closing the eyes. Just beginning to turn your attention inside here. And whenever you're ready, slowly release, shaking out the arms. Preparing to do that same thing on the other side, lifting the right arm up. Inhale, leaning back. Holding onto your top elbow with the left hand or interlacing your fingers behind your back. Keeping your eyes closed. Exhaling to soften. Slowly release, shaking out the arms. Preparing now to practice our first inversion for today, Shirshasana headstand. So we'll be placing the very top of our head onto the floor, creating a nice helmet with the arms, very back of the head pressing into the flat parts of your hands. Elbows not to the side, but close to your head here. Like a helmet, keep it nice and snug, very top of the head on the floor. Hugging the elbows in. And perhaps practicing lifting your knees off the floor, coming into a sort of downward dog shape here. Walking your feet close to the body, maybe tucking one knee in, then the other. Lifting all the way up, trying to bring a straight line from your feet all the way down to your shoulders, your head, your arms. Trying to hold here in your headstand for about 8 deep breaths. In Dharma Yoga, we like to think of the headstand as the king of all poses, activating all 7 chakras. Whenever you're ready, slowly release, lowering your legs and your feet down towards the floor. Once your feet land down on the floor, you can rest in Balasana and Child's Pose once again. Take some time here. Connect with your breath. Slow down the breath. And then preparing to come out of the pose, sliding forward again onto your belly, inhaling for Cobra Pose, exhaling for Downward Facing Dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And from here, We're going to transition, looking forward, taking an inhale, replacing the hands with the feet, step forward, coming into a Michael Jackson chair. So really shaking out the arms, shaking out the hands here. Imagine like you're in the video for Thriller. And slowly lowering yourself down towards the floor, supporting your lower back with your hands, lifting your legs up towards the sky, finding yourself in Sharvangasana, shoulder stand. In Dharma 2, we like to practice with our legs as straight as we can, feet pointing up towards the sky. Keeping the neck neutral here, closing the eyes. Whenever you're ready, lowering into Halasana, feet over the head, reaching towards the floor. Continuing to support your lower back with your hands. Preparing to come out of the pose, straightening the arms, pressing your hands down into the mat, slowly unrolling yourself one vertebrae at a time until your hips, your thighs, your calves, your ankles touch the floor. Rolling your arms underneath the body, hooking the thumbs on top of each other, big toes together, preparing now to lift the heart, the head off the floor, trying to look at the wall behind you as you replace the head back down on the floor. Matsyasana, fish pose. I like to think of this almost like the feeling of a cobra but upside down. Feeling that nice opening in the throat, the neck area, the heart, the chest, the highest point of your body here, the most receptive part of your body. Inhaling into that space, enjoying that full breath. As you exhale, imagine again the breath escaping from every pore of your skin in all directions. To come out of the pose, lifting the head, tucking the chin to the chest, releasing your arms by your side, taking a moment here. Whenever you're ready, going into our second back bend, a bridge pose. So lifting the thighs off the floor, hips off the floor, strong legs, feet pressing down, arms reaching towards your ankles or interlacing your fingers to roll the shoulder blades closer together. Upper chest moving towards the chin, activating Jalandhara Bandha, your throat lock. No pinching sensation here in the lower back, so if you do feel that, you can squeeze your glutes a little bit to protect the lower back. Feeling that nice stretch in the thighs, and slowly lowering down towards the floor. Hugging the knees into the chest, gently rocking from side to side here. And then placing your feet back down on the floor again, knees up, this time hands next to your ears. Fingertips pointing away from you. And then turning them towards your feet. Preparing to go into full wheel pose, full Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow. So straight arms, straight legs, maybe even lifting up onto your toes. Doing any variation, maybe lifting your left foot, left leg up into the air, pointing it up like a candle. If you did that, doing it on the other side, lifting the right foot, right leg up, Then replacing the feet. Maybe you are reaching your right hand towards your right thigh. And then doing the same, reaching your left hand towards your left thigh. Holding it here for as long as you can. And slowly lowering your head back down, tucking the chin to the chest, resting the hips on the floor. Squeezing, hugging the knees into the chest. Rocking side to side, using the mat to massage the main muscles in the back. Rocking forwards and back here, forwards and back, forwards and back. Until eventually you rock yourself all the way up to sit. And then from here, preparing to go into Navasana boat pose, maybe using your hands to pull the flesh away from your sit bones. Choosing if you're doing knees bent or straight, wherever you are. Releasing the arms now. Begin to pump the breath, Vastrika breathing. Slowly release. Feet down, wrapping your arms around your legs. Take a moment here. And now preparing for Purvattanasana, tabletop pose. Hands behind your back, arms straight, legs straight. Pedaling your feet down towards the floor, lifting the hips up, trying to look at the wall behind you here. Stretching out the whole front half of the body. And slowly lowering down. Preparing to go into our leg cradles. I like to think of this as practicing a seated pigeon pose. So to begin with, hugging the right leg into the arms, right foot pressing into the inside of the left elbow, rocking the leg side to side like cradling a baby here. And then holding on to your right foot with both hands, pulling it close to the heart, sitting up nice and tall and straight. And then playing around here as you lift your foot as high up you can along that midline. First to the heart, to the chin, to the forehead, up and down, maybe making big circles clockwise, anti-clockwise, pretending to comb the hair with your foot here. Just practicing again up and down, maybe making that phone call with your right foot. And then practicing compass pose as you slide your right arm under the right leg, holding on to your right foot with the left hand, turning your body, your face towards the left side. And then squeezing the upper arm here, your right arm with the right leg, hooking your left foot over the right ankle and lifting your hips off the floor. Pressing the hands down and slowly release. Doing the same thing on the other side, cradling your left leg in the arms, left foot pressing into the right elbow crease, gently swaying from side to side here. And then holding onto your left foot, bringing it towards your heart, your chin, your forehead, up and down, up and down. Maybe pulling that foot towards the ear, or practicing combing your hair with the left foot. Just bringing movement into the left hip joint here. And then squeezing the upper left arm with your left knee, opening up the compass pose facing the right side. Holding onto your left foot with the right hand, leaning back. Then slowly release, continuing to squeeze the upper arm on the left side, with your left leg, and then hooking your right foot over the left foot. Press into the hands and lift up, hips off the floor. Strong hands, strong arms, strong core. Then slowly release. Loosen up here. From here, preparing to go into Marichyasana, bending the left knee, folding forward over the right leg. Maybe wrapping your arms around the left leg, binding your fingers behind your back. So just turning to my side here so you can see me better. Your forehead reaching towards your front knee. Holding your bent leg, your left leg in place here with a bind you've created with your arms. And then slowly release, preparing to do the same thing on the other side. Shaking out the legs. And then this time you are going to bend your right knee, left leg is straight. Inhaling the right arm up and exhaling as you fold forward over your front leg. Pulling your right foot as close to the hip as possible as you wrap your right arm around your right leg. Reaching for your fingers behind your back, folding forward. Reaching forehead towards your front knee, your left knee here. And then slowly release. Maybe reaching your hands towards your front foot. You can also do this with a bent knee if that's easier. Shaking out the legs. And preparing now to come into Ustrasana, camel pose. Standing on your knees, hands supporting your lower back. Elbows close together, squeezing the glutes a little bit to protect the lower back. And if you can reach your hands towards your heels, do so, looking up towards the sky or the wall behind you. Feeling that opening in the throat area, opening in the chest, stretch in the belly. To come out of the pose, like the chin to the chest, support your lower back. And then fold over into Balasana, child's pose. Forehead on the floor, stretching the arms forward. Hips sitting down on top of the heels. And finally, transitioning into our closing twists, Matsyendrasana. So the left knee is bent, your right foot on the outside of the left leg, right hand supporting your back, inhaling the left arm up, and exhaling to twist, looking over your back shoulder, your right shoulder here. And then slowly release, counter twisting to the other side. Then preparing to switch sides. Right knee is bent, left foot on the outside, inhaling the right arm up, and exhaling to twist now to the left. Looking over your back shoulder. There we exhale. and to twist the belly into the thigh. Slowly release, counter twisting to the other side. And finally preparing for the final resting pose, Shavasana. Lowering down towards the floor, allowing your arms, your legs to take up space, feet dangling naturally to the sides, palms facing up. If you haven't already released the breath, feel free to take a deep inhale in through the nose, not through the mouth. Twice more in and out. One last time in and fully out. Preparing now to switch off each part of the body one by one, beginning with the left hand. Relax your left hand completely. Left wrist. Left elbow. And the left shoulder. Entire left arm completely relaxed here. And now the right hand. Relax the right hand completely. Right wrist. Right elbow. And the right shoulder. Entire right arm completely relaxed. And now the left foot. Relax the left foot completely. Left ankle. Left knee. The left hip. Entire left leg completely relaxed. Now the right foot. Relax the right foot. Right ankle. Right knee. And the right hip. Entire right leg completely relaxed here. Entire lower back. The entire lower half of the body completely relaxed and still. Feel the back sinking deeper into the floor, keeping the belly and the chest nice and loose, light, weightless. Relaxing the throat and all the muscles in the face relaxed. Begin to observe yourself as if in deep sleep. Leave the body on its own. Leave the breath on its own. Preparing to come out, deepening the breath, and beginning to wriggle the fingers and the toes. In your next inhale, stretching the arms up and over your head. hugging the knees into the chest. Rolling over onto your right hand side, taking a moment here. Whenever you're ready, slowly lifting up, back to sit. Finding your comfortable seat. We're preparing now to practice our alternate nostril breathing. So in Dharma Yoga Level 2, the count is 3, 12, 6. Resting the right thumb over the right nostrils, the right ring finger over the left. So inhaling through the left, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Out right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And right, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Out left, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling through the left, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Out right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And right, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Out left, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Left, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Out right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And right, hold, out left, and left, hold, out right, and right, hold, out left, and left, hold, out right, and right, hold, out left, and left, hold, out right, and right, hold, out left, in left, hold, out right, and right, hold, out left, and left, hold, out right, and right, hold, out completely through the left, release the arms, release the hands, resting the hands on the knees, sitting comfortably here in our final meditation pose, our final dhyana practice. So in Dharma 2, we begin to meditate on the mantra So Hum. So Hum means I am you, you are me. And so as you inhale, try and imagine and hear the sound so. And as you exhale, hum. Inhaling for so. Leaving 5 minutes here at the end of practice, meditating on so hum. And when you feel like your practice is complete, coming back to normal breathing, coming back to your intention, bringing the hands together in front of the heart. Namaste.